Looking to find out more about dandruff? What causes it and what is the correct treatment and what shampoos are the best for dandruff? If you're new to my channel, I'm Mike. I'm a hairdresser, a L'Oreal colour specialist, a makeup fan and a skincare lover. In today's film I'm going to be taking you through everything you need to know about dandruff. What causes it, how does it look, what actually is dandruff and how you should treat it and what products you should be using on your hair. So if you're interested to hear more about this, then keep on watching. 45% of population suffer from dandruff. But what actually is dandruff? Dandruff is a scalp condition that often appears on scalp as flakes accompanied by itch. Once you have dandruff, you'll always have it. It's one of those things that if you have dandruff, you will have it for the rest of your life. There is products and shampoos out there that will get rid of dandruff, but once you're prone to it, you will keep getting it. So how is actually dandruff created on your scalp? Dandruff is caused by an upset of the microbial population which lies on the surface of the scalp. Yeast called Pteromonas ovale that lies on healthy scalp increases and causes infection. So in human worlds, basically what dandruff is, epidermal cells renew themselves a lot more quicker than usual. A normal time is between 30 to 45 days. So the epidermal cells renew themselves too quickly. They get trapped between the sebum on the scalp, and that's basically what causes dandruff. Stress, diet and dry skin can also cause dandruff. There's loads of different things that can cause dandruff, but the scientific part of dandruff is just renewal of your skin cells too quickly. There are a few types of dandruff actually, if you didn't know that. One, we have a dry dandruff. It is flaky and dry and grey and white in colour and it tends to fall. So this dandruff is really your flaky scalp. So it is scalp that's dry and is just flaking up. That really is just a normal common known dandruff. The second type of dandruff that we have is an oily dandruff. Have you heard of oily dandruff before? Oily dandruff are flakes that are yellow in colour and they tend to smell and they live on the scalp. So there's really two types of dandruff. You have your white dandruff that it is quite common for people to know that it is quite white, it is dry and it tends to fall. And then you have the oily one which is smelly and it is yellow. Also there's false dandruff and loads of people think they have dandruff when it's actually not dandruff. Do you ever take your hairbrush and you just see dandruff on your hairbrush? It is nearly like white, sticky, dusty looking residue on your brush. It's not dandruff. So what that actually is residue from your products. So if you're using something rather cheap, something like your Pantene Tresemme that contains a lot of silicone, it will build up on your hair. And when you brush your hair, the white stuff that you see is actually the buildup of silicone on your hair, but it can be often mistaken as dandruff. So if you see loads of white spots on your brushes that is nearly sticky grey in colour, that is false dandruff, but it is really just a buildup of silicone on your hair. There's loads of amazing products out on the market for dandruff, shampoos that tell you they will do magic and get rid of dandruff forever. But the truth is, you can never get rid of dandruff. Now, I'm going to present you with one product you should never use on your hair when you have dandruff. And that product is Head and Shoulders. This is one of those products that makes me angry. Like, when I even look at this product, it just bothers me so much. Why? Because it's heap of dirt. First of all, you should never use Head and Shoulders if dandruff is your issue. Why? Because it doesn't really work. What Head and Shoulders will do, it might get rid of the dry scalp, but it will never work for anything else. It will never work for your oily dandruff. All it will do is just get rid of a bit of dryness off your scalp. First of all, Head and Shoulders is quite harsh. I'm going to go through ingredients and everything with you and we're going to see the dirt that's in it. It's gonna strip the color. Like, that's one thing. If your hair is too dark, use Head and Shoulders and I'm guarantee you it's gonna strip the color out, because the chemicals in it are so harsh that it lifts out the layer of the skin that's dry. So that's how harsh Head and Shoulders is. So never use it. It is very aggressive on the scalp and is aggressive on the hair. So it is one of those products that only treats the scalp, so it's not really going to look after your lens and end. So goodbye condition, it was lovely to see you. It is rather high in sulfate, so when we look at the ingredients, the first ingredient is water and the second ingredient is lauren sulfate and sodium lauren sulfate. So two main sulfates. Now, I'm not really bothered by sulfates, they don't affect me, but when I see them in such a high concentration, I'm like, yeah, So what actually isn't that product that helps your scalp and dandruff? It is rather high in silicone, so the silicone found in Head & Shoulders is Demastest silicone, I think that's how you pronounce it, but it is quite high on the ingredient list. So it's gonna build up on your hair, it's gonna make the hair greasy, it's not gonna really do much for your hair as such. Now, when I look at Head & Shoulders, now even the smell wrecks my head. But you know what? This is your classic clean. I just got the first one, the classic Head & Shoulders. They say it is anti-dandruff, and one of the main ingredients that treats dandruff is zinc. And on their website, they actually claim there is zinc in every formula. But when I'm looking at the ingredient list through here, there's actually no zinc in it. So, Head & Shoulders, what actually helps the scalp in this? Tell me this, huh? Claudia Wilkenman is the face of Head & Shoulders, and do you think Claudia has dandruff? Do you think she'd put this into her hair? Dirt. Moving on. Let's move on to some products that will actually work and help your dandruff. Products that do care about your scalp and not your money. Products that invest time into getting the healthy scalp for you. I'm going to present you with 3 shampoos that I truly believe are the best for treating your scalp as well as your hair. So let's get into it. The first shampoo I'm going to be presenting you with is Bain Anti-Pelliculaire from Kerastase. When it comes to Kerastase and hair, they know what they're doing. And like that, they brought out a brilliant anti-dandruff shampoo. It deals with both dry and oily dandruff. This shampoo would also target dry ends. So not only it's going to target your scalp and it's going to clean out your dandruff, whether it's oily or dry, but it also will nourish your middle ends and ends. Zinc piterone is the active ingredients in this shampoo. I think that's how you pronounce it. It is an antibacterial that will control the bacteria and fight the bacteria on your scalp. Also, this shampoo contains salicylic acid that will help to remove dandruff. So like that, we have the zinc that is antibacterial, so it's gonna fight against the yeast. And then we have the salicylic acid that is gonna cleanse the scalp. It eliminates impurities from the scalp, and this formula is silicone free. So when you want something luxurious for your hair, this shampoo is for you because it will nourish your hair and treat your dandruff. Another brilliant shampoo that I'm going to present you for dandruff is a rather different product. It is a product that is going to look after your middle ends and it's going to look after your dry dandruff. So it's not very much a clinical product. It is a shampoo that's going to deal with dry scalp and your flaky scalp, and then it will also nourish your ends. And that shampoo is Serie Expert Instant Clear. As we all know, I'm a big fan of Serie Expert, and this one is a hit. This shampoo purifies, clarifies, and controls the scalp, and is proven to clear out the dandruff after first application. We also have zinc in it, like we have in our Kerastase, and we also have citric acid to battle the dandruff. It is a nutrifying shampoo, so will also nourish your middle ends and ends. This shampoo is for someone that has more of a dry dandruff, not oily dandruff. So it is really for someone that has dry scalp, but it is so much better than your Head & Shoulders. Like that, it will nourish your middle ends and ends. Now, let me talk about a shampoo, or shall I say a brand, that put 33 years into scalp research alone. This brand specifies in scalp. They are the gods of hairdressing scalp. So with no doubt, this is probably my favorite anti-dandruff shampoo. And this shampoo is Scalp Recovery by Nioxin. When it comes to Nioxin, oh boy baby, Nioxin know how to treat the scalp. Anything from their amazing hair loss product, thickening products, scalp treatments, this is another brilliant product from Nioxin. I could not do this film without even mentioning Nioxin. So what's brilliant about this product, it's going to treat both oily and dry dandruff. But Nioxin does believe that oily dandruff is a real dandruff. To them, dry dandruff is dry scalp. So oily dandruff is the dandruff you should worry about. Zinc piterone is found in large amounts in this, so it is very effective. And what's brilliant about it, it's found throughout the whole range. So it's also going to be found in your conditioner and your scalp treatment. I've used the scalp treatment loads of times. I have it at home. It's absolutely brilliant. You can use this shampoo all the time. It's not one of those shampoos that you just use for a certain amount of time. You can use it constantly on your hair because it's gentle on the scalp and you can have a flake-free life. and it's also going to nourish your hair. It works on the dermal layer and it's also FDA approved. This shampoo has been also approved by the Institute of Trichology, which I think is very important because trichologists are people that deal with scalp. And what's very important that I'd like to say to you is that if you don't have a healthy scalp, you'll never have healthy hair. But why? Because your scalp leaves an imprint on your hair as such. So if your scalp is not healthy, your hair will remember that and your hair will never be healthy. So healthy scalp equals healthy hair. So remember to use the correct product, whether it's your Nioxin, whether it's your Serie Expert, or my favorite Kerastase. Remember to use the right products for your hair to make sure your scalp is healthy. Because healthy scalp is a happy scalp that's not gonna itch, it's not gonna irritate you. And I'd also advise you is, if your scalp is in any way itchy, if your scalp is in any way red, treat your scalp first, because it's gonna do you wonders. And like that, whether you're buying Nioxin or your Kerastase, you have to think to yourself, do you want to get a McDonald's burger that's gonna be your head and shoulders, or you want a nice gourmet burger from a restaurant that are Dose shampoo? Ask yourself and think about what I said to you in today's film. Anyways guys, I hope this film gave you a bit of insight about dandruff. It gave you a bit of an insight about products that should be used for dandruff and what's good and what's not. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel. Also, check out my other films and my social media. And of course guys, keep your scalp healthy. Bye.